Well, we are not going to make a national title game appearance, unfortunately. It has still been an unbelievable season for us. We're finally going to the conference championship game, meaning that we are promoted. But now it's time to figure out just how far down the totem pole we are about to fall, which will be a significant amount, I'm sure. I don't even know if we'll be top 5, simply because our strength of schedule isn't all that impressive. As you saw, USC was up there until they lost their 4th game. So, but of all teams, man, Texas State ended up being our trap game. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? With that, I do need to bring up the conference list. Apparently, we are still ranked top 5. No, we're not. We're down to number 12. Okay. That was to be expected. An absolutely horrific fall off from one loss, but we expected it. There will be no national title appearance, as it is both Texas and Wisconsin. It would have come down to them losing their conference title games and ours winning, and winning ours, I should say. So it is what it is. Are there any games left on the schedule? The traditional Oklahoma State game. So how goes our recruitment class? Pretty damn good. We were limited by having a lot of team needs, but it worked out well. Again, we used up all of our scholarships. I still got this guy left. We're fighting for him, even though I don't have a scholarship. Gonna hope for the best, because he's insane. But as you got to look at the OVRs here, 79, 78, 78, 77s. I mean, we did pretty well for ourselves on this recruitment class. I can see where it ranks, but again, it's always going to be low. Yeah, right now we're 50th, and that's because we won't have any 4 or 5 star players. So it's always going to be low. It heavily rates and weights the 4 and 5 star recruits. So here we go. We know we're heading to the conference championship game. The question is, against who? It'll be our final game in the Sun Belt, at least for a year. Thank God. But let's see. Who's it going to be on the other side? It looked like it was going to be Georgia Southern for a good amount of the season. And of course, we'll take a look at all the other conferences as well in a moment. But here we go. Conference championship week. Wyoming will take on Eastern Michigan. So it'll be ourselves and Eastern Michigan both going up in conference at the end of this season. Okay. Fair enough. Eastern Michigan. In terms of the top 25 polls, by the way, again, Texas doesn't have a conference championship game. So the only way we were going to make the national title game is if Kansas beats Wisconsin. That's the only way we were going to make it anyway. And even then, a team below us with a higher strength of schedule might have made it anyway. In terms of the Heisman watch, yeah, High Noon's going to finish as a finalist, but he would have to have the game of his career in this conference championship game. And again, he's thrown 6 touchdowns multiple times this season. But there it is. It is official with just one blemish in conference. Wyoming have been promoted, finally, out of the Sun Belt. Thank God. On the other side, of course, we know Eastern Michigan will be joining us in promotion. For the SEC side of things, San Antonio will be promoted after getting relegated not all that long ago, while App State have been relegated. They fall again. I think that's 2 straight relegations for them. On the other side, Army is getting promoted. So Army is on their way up. Western Michigan will be relegated, also with a 3-9 record. 1-8 and 1-4. And technically, it'll be Western Michigan as that first team to drop. So we'll see what happens there. In the Pac-12, Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns are up again. They have been promoted, while Central Michigan have been relegated. An abysmal season for them. On the other side, UAB have been promoted, while Kent State have been relegated down to the SEC. For the Mountain West, San Jose State have earned promotion, while Illinois have been relegated off of a series of tiebreakers. Tough break for them, but Illinois are down. On the other side, the currently ranked South Alabama have been promoted, while El Paso have been relegated with a 4-8 overall record, 3-6 in the conference, 2-3 in the division. For the MAC, Rice have been promoted, while Toledo have been relegated after a winless season. On the other side, hey, the boys are back. What's better than that? Guys being dudes and getting promoted. Boston College are up, while Kentucky have been relegated with a 5-7 overall record. They miss out on tiebreakers. Rutgers stay alive. For Conference USA, Eastern Carolina, or East Carolina. I call them Eastern Carolina. They have been promoted, while Virginia have been relegated right back down to the MAC. Dude, Virginia has just struggle bust this. On the other side, Purdue, the old Boilermakers, have been promoted, while San Diego State have been relegated. Solid overall record for them at 500, but that's not enough to stay. In the Big Ten, TCU, old Texas Christian, have been promoted, while Mississippi State have been relegated, a 3-9 overall record, 3-6 in the conference. On the other side, the bastards, Georgia Tech have been promoted. Meanwhile, Iowa State have been relegated with a 2-10 overall record. In the Big 12, Mizzou have been promoted. Good old Missouri. While the Baylor Bears have been relegated. On the other side, Florida State, they're going right back up after being relegated the year before. Meanwhile, Oregon State, absolutely horrific. They have been relegated. For the American, Wisconsin. Got a rhyme mansion with Wisconsin. They have been promoted. While Utah, who have a national title appearance in this challenge, are relegated down to the 4th tier. Whew. Utah relegated again. It has been a rough scene for them over the last couple of years. On the other side, the Jayhawks are going back up. Kansas had been promoted, while Kansas State have been relegated. The scenes, the absolute scenes. In the second highest conference, the ACC, Oregon will be returning to the Elite Six. They have been promoted. And North Carolina, another team formerly in that Elite Six, they have been relegated at 3-9 overall, 0-9 in the conference. Georgia will also return to the Elite Six, while UCLA have fallen with that 3-9 overall record, 3-6 and 2-3. So North Carolina was technically the worst of the two. And in that Elite Six, the two worst will be relegated to the ACC, and that'll be Penn State and Auburn. So Penn State and Auburn have been relegated for next season. So there you go. We'll obviously in the middle of the season or middle of the off season get a look at the full scenario. But for now, we get to focus on the task at hand, known as Eastern Michigan. There's a chance, of course, we win this game. We could easily be a top 10 ranked team to end the season. And I'm sure we will have a bowl game coming up, so we don't have to do the final season overlook or anything like that. We can do that once this game and really once the season is over. Put Eastern Michigan in the whiteout. I feel like those look better. And very Very few uniform choices for us here at Wyoming, unfortunately. But the tribe had spoken, and we stuck with it, because why would we not? So our second, actually, conference championship appearance, but technically the first time, it didn't go too well, did it? So, you know.
Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis.
But it will be the final home game as we return to the scene of the crime and our loss to Texas State. Final home game for these seniors. Why is their logo just an E? Why not? E for excellency. Or E for EGAD. You have a link for your rule set and hasted everything up. Cross, I don't, but pretty straightforward. Again, in terms of recruitment, we can only target JUCOs. If there are off-season transfers, we're allowed to accept them. You know, some guys just join your program even if you don't recruit them. I've been keeping them as well. You could cut them, though. I will say, I think the VOD is still up for the end product. I think Cody found that yesterday. The VOD is still up for the end product, but essentially what we did was we went alphabetical order for the conferences, with the Sun Belt being the worst conference, and obviously the ACC being the best, and then the top 6 teams in independent. And we did it by overall. So the top 6 teams starting off, highest overall in that Elite 6. We chose Wyoming because they were in that bottom Sun Belt conference. And then promotion, the 2 teams that make the conference championship game. Relegation are the 2 teams that finish dead last in their divisions. So, not the most complicated thing in the world. I guess I did throw a good amount at you, though. If you have any questions, though, let me know. And like I said, if someone could pull up the VOD from the first night of this, I know that does showcase like what that final structure is for Season 1. It took us a while to get it set up, but worth it, because this has been pretty fun so far. As we trail 10-7... the end of the first quarter. Boys, I'm going to have to ask you to not lose twice on home field to end the season. 24-10 at halftime. That's good. That's good. Thank you. There we go. That's much better. We already blew our chance maybe at a national title this season. But a conference championship does sound pretty good. I'm going to hit the button now. That's how confident I am.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
And they don't need my help at all. It is an ass whooping for Eastern Michigan. An absolute whooping. And Wyoming, for the first time, have won the Sun Belt Conference Championship 45-20 over Eastern Michigan. And that game wasn't particularly close after the first. So that is the type of performance we were expecting against Texas State. And it's nice to just dominate the team in the other division. As 500 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Sacked 5 times, though, for Hickenbottom in his final game in Wyoming. At least until they get an expansion NFL team. Just imagine, right? The Casper Cowboys. No, Jerry won't allow that. The Casper Crunch. The Casper Ghosts. That works too. There's a lot of options for cool branding, but they won't because it's the NFL. Anyway, hey, we have a conference title. We missed out on the celebration, which is all right. Maddie, good to see you, by the way. Yeah, we missed out because I didn't load into it, but hey, that is okay. We have won the Sun Belt. We will be advancing as the #1 seed out of the Sun Belt into the SEC. And it looks like it could be the Nollins Bowl. We'll have a couple of things to check before we get there, but we do win our first conference title. It feels like a bronze medal at best. It really does, as I believe iPatch has the VOD Thank you for that eye patch. And let's see. I got to look back before our initial bit of recruiting as High Noon finishes second for the Heisman. How many times are we going to have someone finish second for the Heisman? I absolutely hate to see it. So here, let me share this link. And there you go. That one's timestamped at 2 hours and 8 minutes to see what the divisions ended up looking like. So thank you very much, iPatch, for looking that up, by the way. I appreciate that. We indeed will head to the Nollins Bowl to take on Purdue as we look for our 12th win of the season. Number 13, Wyoming against number 20, Purdue for the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. As High Noon doesn't win the Heisman, but he does win the Maxwell. 50 Shades of Grey wins the Chuck Bednarik. High Noon also wins the Davey O'Brien for top corner. Okay. Okada's Coin Drop wins the Lombardi. Shades of Grey wins the Butkus. Kinky. So some more hardware added to the trophy case. The national title game, Texas and Florida State. Huh. Oh man, Wisconsin lost. If we were 12-1, I think we'd be playing Texas for the national title right now. They might have still given it to Florida based on strength of schedule. But there is a very good chance, had we not lost to Texas State, we would be playing the Longhorns for the national title. Oh, that hurts. Even in a season where we finally succeed, it still feels like we left something on the table. You hate to see it. High Noon was first team All NCAA as a quarterback. Again, he lost out the Heisman to the running back from Army, Anthony Sears. Only an 82, for God's sakes. We also had our entire defensive line. Coin Drop, Silver, Rodeo Ronnie Rivers, and Not Sure. At linebacker, we had the Cowboy Bebop, 50 Shades of Grey. Lincoln Hawk was there as well, and our return man, Marlboro Reds. I mean, we had a hell of a team this year. We had one hell of a team this year. We already know the award winners that we had as well, which is great. And let's take a look here. Again, we get the fucking prime time game on December 22nd. Woot. But yeah, you got to look here at some of the other games. Orange Bowl will be Bama and Wisconsin. Cotton Bowl is Georgia Tech, Mizzou. Sugar Bowl is Clemson and USC. Fiesta Bowl, Minnesota and Ohio State. You got Navy and Miami in the Gator Bowl. Kansas and Texas A&M in the Rose Bowl. And the Citrus Bowl, Rutgers and Georgia Southern. And the real main event, of course, is the Pop-Tarts Bowl, which will be Cal and Oregon. There you go. There you go. There you go. So, one thing to do. Bouncy, what's going on, man? We do have to look at the schedule and see who has secured promotion in those top positions in the other conferences. So we have, of course, ourselves winning the Sun Belt Championship in terms of finally being promoted. Muted, good to see you, by the way. How are you? We have Boston College winning the MAC over Rice. Florida State takes the Big 12 over Missouri. Purdue took the Conference USA title over East Carolina. Army wins the SEC title over San Antonio. Kansas takes the American over Wisconsin. Man, I'm doing good, man. No complaints. No complaints. South Alabama wins the Mountain West, which sounds hilarious. Georgia takes home the ACC. UAB wins the Pac-12. And Georgia Tech survives TCU to win the Big Ten. There you go. So, one look at the boys here. The injury report. Only guy that we're missing is Pony Up Express. He should be back for his senior year next year. Aside from that, we are fully healthy. It will be the final game for quite a few players, including Hickenbottom High Noon, Bo Byron at kicker, Okada's coin drop. I mean, we're going to lose some talent here for sure. The vast majority of the players you're seeing there are seniors. So there will always be a thought of, could this team have gone on a miracle run to the national title? The answer is yes, they could have. They didn't. We can only play now the team in front of us, and that will be Purdue. Who I hope don't have a good team, and they don't. We should win this game. I mean, they're not abysmal, but we should win that game. Be 12 wins for the very first time. Our target goal is still 7. In terms of the rankings, we are the better team on paper. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. The final game of this magical season. Ooh, we got to put him in the NASAs, don't we? All white. Let's put him in the NASAs. Go Purdue. Whoops, we hit back one too many times. In this run, who would be my hometown team? Boston College is probably the closest. Put them in the NASAs. And for us, well, hey, there's not much. Ooh, the all gold look. Of course, there is only the white helmet, which kind of sucks. We literally don't have another helmet. Ooh. That's a look. Oh, that's a look right there. That is a look right there. Do I have yellow as an option? I don't. That's a look right there. Beautiful. Whew. All right. It's not the national title game. It really could have been. It really could have been, but you know, that's all right. It is still a great season. We have plenty of time to win a national title while we continue to try to climb through these divisions. Exactly. For now, this is our national title, damn it. This is our time. And it's Dome, Sweet Dome for Wyoming.
Some of the great stars in college football history have played in this venue and in this game. Another chapter will be written in this one.
The Superdome, brother.
Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA
Used to be Tulane's home field, of course, back when we ran that series.
David and I are back at halftime.
The Caesar Silverdome, brother.
80.
80,000 screaming people who didn't know I was a violent racist. Oh, goodness. Purdue calls heads. They win the toss. Got some glitching out shirts there. Jesus. All right. Here we go. We will sim the first quarter as we do. We get off to a good start here. Purdue up 3, now 7-3. And it's just very clear, like, we had one no-touching win tonight. It feels like the team ran out of steam at the end in some ways. 7-3 at the end of the first. Make it 14-3. 14-10. 17-10 at the half. Not bad, but certainly not the standard that we had seen at earlier points in the season. Like I said, we put up 61 on Michigan in the season opener. I mean, we have been incredibly inconsistent. Incredibly. Third quarter. Purdue ties it at 17. Purdue fails to take the lead, even though they should have. They're threatening again. And an interception by Maine Moose Knuckle. Okay. I'm going to let the boys play. That was an okay decision as we got a field goal. Purdue forced a punt. Do we try to no touching this victory? We missed a 42-yarder. Oh, no. Oh, no. Boys, don't blow it. Okay. They failed on 4th down. Just see the clock out. We fumbled. 2 minutes to go. Purdue takes over from their 15-yard line. Wheels that they do. J-Mac, it never did, unfortunately. I was still doing a lot of stream-specific stuff and then like recording YouTube stuff afterwards, and then I ran out of time to work on a lot of YouTube stuff afterwards. We're going to watch the boys play defense here to see if they can hold on. God forbid they blow this. But if they're the quarterback on the other side is viewing that as his best option, we should be okay. This is their 17th third down of the game. Charlotte beat Texas State. Here we go. Quarterback looking, has a man open, first down. I'm going to trust our defense to hold on here. If they tie it, or even, God forbid, take the lead, I will jump in. Get him! Get him! He ran alongside him like fucking Rocky. Running through the streets of Philadelphia. But they do get the sack. That was a rough time to run hurry up when you still have 3 timeouts, but fair play. Purdue.
They're faced with another 3rd and long.
Jesus.
As they try to convert and move those chains again.
I'm just gonna guess the catch ratings and incredibly low, but oh my God. 3rd and 18. Purdue looking, gets hit, intercepted this time.
And he's tackled around the 20-yard line.
And Wyoming's gonna hold on. The Cowboy Bebop with the pick. We're counting it as no touching, even though I'm gonna take a knee because it's fine. It is a no touching.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
I don't trust the game to not have them just kneel the clock out and kick a fucking field goal. This game's pretty much... Well, actually, in fairness, we need the first down. That's right. They have all 3 timeouts. I'm going to trust them. Oh, God. I might regret... I might regret this. I might regret that. I'm going to tempt fate. I thought they used a timeout. They didn't. Jesus Christ, Steve Harvey, what a run. Well, there's their first... You know what? I'm so confident. I'm going to play it again.
No touching!
I'm so confident we're going to hit the button again. This game is over. We are going to finish this season at 12-2. It was a magical season that could have been a fairy tale season. I wish High Noon knew how to recognize a running lane, but that's okay. We finally get out of the Sun Belt. It could have been more. We'll talk about that forever. But it is still a beautiful sight to see. Oh my God, we failed to get the first. Boys, if they tie this. If they fucking tie this. I played the clip twice.
The kick is up, and they tack on 3 points.
They have 48 seconds left. This game isn't over. Oh my God. If they fucking blow this, I will not play right now. They need to do it on their own. If they blow this, man.
And it goes into the end zone.
Splash, what's going on? Welcome to I'm Stressed, even though I shouldn't be.
Well, this is the chance.
I mean, technically, They could be up by 1 with the extra point. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good start. It's a good start. Trust. Trust, have faith, and trust. Watching a hockey team. Was watching a hockey team has been in 4-1 with 4 minutes left and lost 5-4 in overtime. Oof.
We have less than a minute to go. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. Tackle made.
First down.
36-yard line.
Not a real fancy
Boys,
just a smartly run,
please,
good protection, and a
for the love of God,
times you don't need much more than that.
do not blow this.
He's taken down.
They gave him the first. I'm a bit scared. I shouldn't be, but I'm a little bit scared.
Gonna go across the middle. Caught. They'll bring him down around the 41-yard line.
Like, did fucking Matt Patricia take over as my fucking defensive coordinator? Finally, they don't get a first down.
The spike will stop the clock.
There's the spike with 10 seconds left. 10 seconds away from winning a bowl game in consecutive seasons. From being 12-2 with our best record ever.
It's 3rd and 1.
Ball on the 31. 10 seconds left.
He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. And he stops the clock with a spike.
2 seconds. One more play. Will it be the last for our seniors in this uniform?
And one last chance to win the game. If they can get the Hail Mary, they'll pull out the miracle win. Touchdown, and we're all tied.
There's a flag. There's a flag.
Let's get the call.
Yeah! Ref ball! Woo! Holy fuck! Yeah!
Their efforts in this one. 23-17, Cowboys.
On the 9th anniversary of Seattle running. No, wait. They threw it instead of running it with Marshawn Lynch. You'll never see a championship ending
And that's what it often
more ridiculous than that.
whoever comes through in the clutch gets the W.
Oh, you thought the Seahawks got fucked
And for winning today,
by bad play calling.
EA Sports will make a
By a ref ball.
in his name to the school's general
What the hell just happened?
back up their 12th win of the season. And for
We hold on to the bowl win because of a clipping call.
the season.
23-17. Wyoming gets the dub. Oh, shout out to Boxy Varak. Oh my god. What just happened? We have had some of the most ridiculous finishes to games over the last little bit while we've been playing this, man. We really have. Chris, good morning to you. I can't even look at the replay because it was technically a penalty. I know it was clipped by taps, though. Let's watch this. 2 seconds on the clock. Clipping on the offense. And we live to see another day. I wonder if we can see where the call was. I don't even know where the call might have been. Crash Andrews, the old gifted sub as well. I don't even know what to say, man. This has been just a ridiculous season. That's the only way to put it. This season has been absolutely insane. Holy crap. 23-17. We survive over Purdue and send our seniors off in style with everything that I talked about. Our win total, our bowl game record. Jesus. We literally survive off of ref ball. My God. Oh, that is fantastic. That is just fantastic. And I had to mention, of course, the Seahawks. As a Patriots fan, I saw that it was the anniversary today, and I'm just like, ah, yes, that was a good day. Refs plan. We are the script writers. Taylor Swift was in the stands. Oh, God. Well, in fairness, well, no, I mean, it would be our Dua Lipa. Yeah, our version of Taylor. Dua Lipa was in the stands. We won it for her. The NFL rigs it for Taylor Swift. Well, we rig college football games for Dua Lipa. Hickenbottom, high noon, sets the record for most passing yards in a season, breaking it by over 1,200 yards. Say goodbye to Wallwork's record. It won't be the last that was broken. High noon sets the record for most passing touchdowns in a season, breaking the record by 13. Wow, it was actually the only two records broken. Fair enough. We finished the season ranked 8th in the nation as the Longhorns win the national title. We'll never know what would have happened had it been us versus them. But Texas wins the national title in overtime over Florida State, 44-41. As again, we finish with a 12-2 record. We are now a 4-star program. Tremendous. Wow, Nevada. Another team that started off in a lower tier with us. They broke our hearts. They are also a top 10 team. Any other big surprises? I mean, Florida's a bit far down. Georgia State's up there. Purdue held at 22. Huh. Oh, man. What a season. What a season. And you want to sit there and enjoy. You know, the air raid offense might be just a little bit broken. I'm not entirely sure, but it might be just a little bit broken. Smidge. Just a smidge. In terms of the season stats, high noon threw the ball 638 times, had 400 completions, 5,200 yards, 46 touchdowns to 7 picks. He threw 4 of them in the same game. Insane. Averaged 13 yards of completion and almost 400 yards a game. Was sacked 24 times. The running game certainly wasn't as big of a feature as it's been in the past. 6 touchdowns for Harvey, 5 for High Noon. You also had 1 for Differs, Tickle, Fuck You, and Motherfucking Cowboy. 2 receivers over 1,100 yards. 12 touchdowns for Fuck You. And this season was something. This season was something special. 9 sacks allowed by Eggs and Ham, who will be graduating this year. 101 tackles total for the Cowboy Bebop. 34 tackles for loss for Coin Drop. Enjoy Notre Dame on my way to Manchester. Chris, safe travels, by the way. Double-digit sacks for Okadas and Hi-Ho Silver. And in terms of interceptions, I don't believe we actually had that many. I refuse to believe it, but fair enough. Just 707 yards short of passing the all-time record held by Bailey Zappi. That's because you could get away with throwing into triple coverage in college. Bo Byron somehow missed 11 field goals. I don't understand our kicker half the time. It was an absolutely incredible season. There's no other way to put it. Our highest win total. We finished the season ranked. We are finally out of the Sun Belts. We will remember it fondly. Job's not done. We got more divisions, more conferences to climb through, and hopefully, future title as well. Instead of Texas. That'd be nice. Damn you, Texas State. Damn you, Georgia Tech, for stopping me on the 1 yard line. Damn you, Scuba Steve.